All right, YouTube, what is going on, guys? How are you doing, you beautiful people? Welcome back to another creator chat inside the house, as it is way too cold out there. So in this video, guys, you read the title. It is another NoFap video. Now, the one I made yesterday, which I will link right up here, that spoke of my experience doing NoFap classic mode for one whole year straight. That video did pretty well, and a few of you guys were wondering, really what I asked is, I said, if you like this video and you would like me to make the next one, which is this one, on hard mode, let me know. And a few of you guys said, yes, let's do it. So that's exactly what we're doing now. Now in that video, I let you guys know that I am doing hard mode, or I've done NoFap hard mode for about 3 months now. So this video, I'm going to be explaining the pros, the cons, my experience, just really kind of to let you guys know, maybe interested in doing hard mode yourself. Is it something you should do? Okay, so with that said, let's get right into it. So let's speak of right away intro. Okay, what is, in a nutshell, hard mode versus classic mode? Okay, classic mode being the last video, hard mode being this video. In a nutshell, guys, it's super simple. Classic mode NoFap, and I'm assuming most of you guys know this by now, but classic mode NoFap is when you are still able to have sex, you're still able to ejaculate, hook up with girls or guys if that's your thing, whatever. You're still able to live a relatively normal social sexual life, right? Which is great, but you are refraining from PMO, which is porn, masturbation, and orgasm through that. Okay, so that's really what classic mode is. You're not watching porn, okay? You're not masturbating, and you are not orgasming or having orgasms from that, okay? Now, that's what I would recommend to the majority of you. If you guys are just starting to get into NoFap, then that is the step I would take, okay? That's what I've been doing for a year, and prior to that, I've been dabbling with it for about 3 years, okay? So it's definitely not something, I don't think hard mode is something you should jump into immediately unless, maybe you're ready for it. Okay, now let me explain what hard mode is. Hard mode, guys, in a nutshell, is just taking it to the next step, okay? So let's say you've mastered classic mode, you know, you're okay doing it, you want another challenge, you want to boost it up, okay? Hard mode is refraining from ejaculating, period, okay? So that's also known as semen retention, and I'm going to explain all the pros and the cons in just a second, but that's what it is. So maybe you choose not to have a girlfriend. For me right now, I don't. Maybe you choose not to hook up, or you can have a girlfriend, but you're choosing to refrain from those activities, quote unquote, right? You are not ejaculating, period. Now this, of course, is much more difficult. This is why it is called hard mode, and in this video, with me doing it now for about 3 months, it's going to come up to 3 months in a few days. I started in the beginning of August. It is now the beginning of November. Let me explain to you guys, all right? Pros and cons from hard mode to classic mode, and then maybe you can choose what you think would best suit you, okay? So let's get straight to it. I'm still so new to like lists and everything, so it's like so foreign. All right, first one, pros. Pros hard mode over classic mode. So in a nutshell, guys, if you know what classic mode is, there are tons of pros, okay? I listed them all in the last video, but really the main pro, which is huge, okay? Don't undermine it, with hard mode opposed to classic mode, is that all those pros are turned up about times 10, okay? So whether this is, what did I write down? I wrote down things like, just everything is increased. Better energy, focus, tenacity, attraction, clarity, drive, ungodly levels, bigger eyes, stronger. I wrote down more alpha. Don't take that too seriously. What I meant by that is you don't care about what people think at all. Like everything is just notched up times 10. And that's the best, honest to God way I can explain it to you guys. You will still attain benefits from classic mode 100%, but you have to understand that really the benefits are coming from you retaining your semen, okay? It's you not just wasting it. You get what I'm saying? Now, the thing with classic mode, and this was my case, which I'm going to explain soon. Let's say you have a girlfriend as an example. I mean, if you think about it, guys, think about this, okay? You could be doing NoFap classic mode, but you could still be ejaculating through your girlfriend or whatever literally every single night. And if you're doing that, to be honest, you're really not reaping basically any benefits from NoFap. I mean, you're not watching porn anymore, which is great. It's going to help your dopamine system a little bit, and it will change the way you look at girls a bit. But as far as energy levels, tenacity, vibrance, vitality, testosterone, those things really aren't changing at all. So maybe that's not your case, but if you go on hard mode, everything is cranked up, okay? And now as a bit of context to you guys, when I was on classic mode, I wasn't crazy, okay? I was ejaculating maybe once to twice a week, so I think that's pretty normal, okay? If you're in a relationship, etc., etc. It's fairly normal. I wasn't doing it too crazy. But now with hard mode, like I said, everything is cranked up times 10. It's ungodly, guys. Like, It's crazy. Now though, remember that crank analogy, okay? Because now let me explain the cons, okay? I know this may be a deal breaker to some of you guys. It may not. You may like to keep doing it. And then I can explain what I think you guys should do at the end, okay? So let me just take a sip of the coffee before it gets too cold. All right, guys. Okay, there we go. So now that we have pros and you guys understand the whole crank analogy, well, with cons, guys, depending, this could be a good thing or a bad thing, depends who you are. Unfortunately, it follows the same rule. All the cons of NoFap Classic mode are cranked and turned up with hard mode. And now what I wrote down here and what you guys can imagine is, I wrote down cons, they're also very extreme. I wrote down very lonely, no girls really, you don't interact, there's very little partying, it's pretty dark, and you can't relate to people as much. And that's the reality. Like, you guys are on hard mode, you have to understand that by nature of hard mode, you were refraining from ejaculating, period. So what I've noticed myself in these 3 months is, and again, I'm going to come to the outro, which is good news again, it's great. And what I think you should do, it all makes sense. Because I understand that I'm not going to ejaculate, period, and I'm using all this energy towards something else, I don't even really initiate conversations with women because I understand it's not really going to go anywhere. And the sad part is because, you know, you're very attractive, they're all the pros, and you're super likable, and everyone's talking to you. That's amazing, but it's almost a means to an end. Like, I know, like, I can appreciate it and have fun and, like, talk to you guys, but I can't do anything, so I'm really not going to go too far, go out of my way. So it's almost like, it's like a double-edged sword. It's like, you're the best, and you can attract anyone you want, you know, in a nutshell, but you can't do anything. So where most guys would continue to keep the conversation going and maybe meet up a second time, for you, it's like, that was really nice to have this conversation. Thank you, I appreciate you, but I must go. And that's how I felt these past 3 months. And that can be a massive con. And I won't lie, like, these 3 months to you guys have been, and I'm not saying it's just because of NoFap, but they've been some of the darkest, loneliest months I've experienced in a very long time. And NoFap is definitely part of it. I can't relate to people as much because no one is doing this. Like, there's like 0.2% of people doing this. I can't really talk to any girls right now, even though I could, and I technically am, but I can't. Like, there's like nothing I can do. There's really no partying. You know, as an example, my brother, he goes out partying all the time, or to like clubs and bars with friends and stuff, and that's amazing. And it's like, I want that so bad, but I know right now with where I'm at, it's not the best choice for me. Okay. And it can be a bit lonely and depressing at times and a little sad. Like I'm being completely honest. Like, and these are things that you would experience on maybe NoFap Classic mode, but they're turned up, they're cranked up. Because if you're on Classic mode, I mean, you can still, I mean, really, you're not really experiencing any of these. You can go, you can talk to as many women as you want because you know you can take the next step. Does that make sense? You can have the girlfriend. You can, and I'm not saying you can't have a girlfriend on hard mode, but you can continue to move forward because you understand what's going to happen. You can do that. Okay? Hard mode, you can't. You really can't. And that can be a massive con. Now, before you guys click off and think like, well, then what's the point? Let me explain kind of the like, I'm going to reveal the blanket, okay? I don't know if that made sense in this. Let me explain the outro now, okay? What I recommend to you guys and why I am choosing to do NoFap hard mode right now. All right, let's do this. But first, let me take one sip. So, my beautiful people, my soldiers, my warriors, okay? Here's what I think you should do, and this is what I'm doing myself, because I personally believe that life is all about, like the Buddha said himself, it's the middle path, it's the middle way. It's not about taking life to extremes. Maybe temporarily you can go to the extremes, but in the end, it should be to find your balance. Personally, what I'm doing is I set a goal for myself, and I'm explaining this out loud to you guys. I made an oath to myself about 3 months ago now when I broke up with my girlfriend. I said, and it's funny because I didn't say it out loud, but I said it to myself, I will do NoFap, and I will use all of that energy, all of that drive, all of that testosterone, all of that tenacity, every single fucking ounce of that. I will use all of that, and I will put that towards me being financially successful or financially independent, and two, most importantly, to buy my condo or to live in my condo. And that was the goal I made. I said, I'm doing this until I have those two things, or until January 1st, because my goal was to have it before 2020, which is still going true. I'm still fighting for that, and I'm still using all of my energy towards that, and I believe I will have that. Like, so what I'm saying to you guys is that NoFap hard mode should be used to change your life. Personally, and this may get some people mad, I don't think you should do NoFap hard mode forever. Because I'm not. You have to understand, I made that oath to myself that I would continue to do it until I got that condo, until I was in that condo and financially independent myself. Once I was in that condo and financially independent, then the gift, the fruits of my labors, I can have as many girls there as I want. I can have fun. Of course, I would still do classic mode, but I can have fun. I can be free. I can enjoy what I've, reap what you've sown. That's what I did for myself. So I'm on about 3 months now, and I would have about another month and a half to go. So total, it would only be about 4 months or so, 4.5. Okay. Now, the takeaway to you guys, should you even do hard mode? Like, is there even a point? Personally, 100% I think there's a point. But I think NoFap hard mode is a short-term sprint for a long-term goal. Okay, I'll finish it off here because I know I'm kind of going on a rant. Kind of view it in this way. I like to view this as a competition, a men's physique competition. I used to compete, okay? I was a men's physique competitor, and I did that a while ago. Doing men's physique competitions as a natural is something very cool and it's very amazing, but it's not something you should do long term because it's very damaging to your health. Okay, and I'm not saying hard mode is this exact analogy, but what you do is you may prep for a show for 3 or 4 months to get into the best physique condition of your life, and then you do that show and you win that show, which I did, or you do really well, and then you go back to a more balanced way of living. Well, that's the exact same thing I'm doing with NoFap, and it's actually what I recommend for you guys. I think you should prep your body or do these things for 2, 3, 4 months, get the result, whether that's the first place for the show, get the condo, lose the 40 pounds, change your life, go crazy, and whatever that means for you, use all this energy for that, and everything else is blocked out. So it doesn't even matter that you're not talking to girls, and this is why I'm able to do it. Use it, everything to change your life, and then once you have attained that, once you've acquired that, then you can go back to a more balanced way of living. That's what I recommend to myself, and that's what I'd recommend to you guys, okay? Of course, my opinions may change and evolve as time goes on, but that's where I'm at least right now, being completely honest with you guys. So I'm going to finish it there. I do recommend hard mode 1,000%. I just think you should do it as a short-term sprint for a long-term goal, right? Because it's very powerful. It's very, very powerful. I just don't know if I can tell you guys I recommend you do it forever. I just don't know if that's healthy. I don't think I'd want to be a recluse and just not talk to anyone and never have any woman. I just don't think that's the life you or I want to live. Okay, so that's that. I'm gonna finish it there. I hope this helped, guys. If it did, please be sure to give it a thumbs up, guys. Subscribe, comment down below if you like this video, want more videos, maybe you want more NoFap videos, what I've learned, tips or tricks or anything like that. As again, I've said, I've been doing this about a year or 3 months hard mode, and I would love to make more videos. So that is that, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. As always, check out the other video if you haven't yet, and I will talk to you guys then. Much love. Love you all. Till then. Peace.